Right, good morning everybody. Today I'm going to do some battery checks and I thought I'd share that with you everybody. Alright, so everything on our boat is in the boatsman's cabin battery wise. The electrics are in the engine room, but first of all I'm going to make things a little bit safe for myself, so I'll quickly talk you through that. So first of all, I am currently on shoreline and I have disconnected that this morning. Welcome to the very tidy looking boatsman's cabin today. Obviously just had a quick whip around. It's not normally this tidy. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get down to the battery isolation switch and I'm going to disconnect that. I've got an Victron inverter charger. I'm going to switch that off. Bit of overkill here because I have got isolators, which domestic off, solar off, and just as an added safety precaution, I'm going to turn the domestic master switch off. So shouldn't have any power at all going to anything. Right, my batteries are under the seating area you can see in front of you, so I will quickly get that all uncovered. Obviously I'm not going to record that because it's going to take a little bit of time. Now there's the batteries. It's got six 6-volt Trojan batteries. I can't take any credit for this. It was all done when the when I purchased the boat. So the previous owners had a really nice system installed, and I'm still trying to figure out how all the wiring works at the moment for maintenance purposes and upgrading potentially to Life Pro batteries, the lithium ones. These batteries, which I didn't know at the time when I purchased the boat, are wet batteries. So the little white caps you can see expose the plates that I need to check that there's enough deionized water in there. Unfortunately, none of this was explained to us when we purchased the boat. So after getting it back to where we moor, on check-in, I found out that all the battery compartments were low on deionized water, and I think across the 6 batteries I ended up putting in about 5 litres. So at the moment I'm still trying to figure out if the batteries are okay for purpose. I'm going to open all of the little white pots, and there's a little level mark in there. Now I have put a pair of gloves on for this, just because I don't want to get acid spilt on me. So as you can see, hopefully there's a level mark there. They're not too bad. The water is over the plates, but I will top up. What happens with these as they're charging, they do gas, and slowly the water over time will disappear. I try and remember to do this job on at least a once monthly basis. If I can, I try and do it every fortnight. As some of them are a little bit low, what I'm going to do is top them up with deionized water. Due to the location of the batteries, and obviously you don't want to spill anything, I'll use a measuring jug to do that. I will try and record it. You might find it a little bit difficult trying to place my phone somewhere safe. Right, so I've got a little bit of water in my measuring jug, and tiny measuring jug. Oops, spilt a little bit there, so straight away I'm going to get that off. Right, I'm going to pause it now whilst I do the remaining batteries. One thing I will be doing is using a voltmeter to check what the current voltage is whilst everything's switched off, because the batteries are now resting. And hopefully, I haven't got one at the moment, but I'm going to try and borrow one off a friend. Is I think it's called a hydrometer, to just check what the acid is like in the batteries, which will help all determine whether I need to replace them or not. Right, all of the cells have been topped up. Across all of the battery cells I've used 500 ml of deionized water, so it really does show how important it is to check wet batteries, and my last check was done exactly a month ago. Thankfully none of them had gone below the plate, so hopefully everything's all right. My next job is just to replace all the caps, and I might give the tops of the batteries a little bit of a clean, because as you can see there's a little bit of dust and that forming on the top. I can only assume that's from when it gases. Just having a quick check around the batteries, and I'm not too sure, but this one here looks like it's got a little bit of warping in it. Yeah, obviously I can't see between them because of how tight they are. Normally they have a date on of when they were fitted. These particular batteries do have a, I think it's a 6 to 8 year lifespan. But yeah, I think I might have to disconnect them and check each individual battery. Right, got my voltmeter all set up, and I'm going to try and test the batteries to see what they're all reading. Right, I've got 6.36, 6.37, 6.37, 6.38, 6.37, and 6.36. That's each of the individual batteries checked, and then if I go from the furthest away positive terminal to the other last battery, and that's given me 12.7 volts across the battery bank.